Alright guys, so today I'm going to show you how to set up a page for a technical isometric drawing and how to draw a very simple shape. So we're going to start off with a cube. Alright, so what you're going to need is your Tsquare, a pencil, preferably 2B, an eraser, your 60 and 30 degree sided set square, and your 40 centimeter ruler. Okay, so what I'm going to start off doing is putting a border on our page. So on each corner, we're just going to measure 1 centimeter and mark that out. Alright, so there's our page with a border on it. So what we're going to do now is put a title box or an information box on our drawing. So here we're just going to measure 10 centimeters from the top left hand corner, and we're going to put a little mark there. And then down the side we're going to put we're going to mark a point every centimeter for 4 centimeters down the left hand side. Okay, so with our set square, we're going to come and making sure it's square on the edge of the table. We're going to put our horizontal lines of our box in. And with all these lines, we want them to be gentle, because if we have to erase them, if we've gone and put all of our weight into it, it's going to be very hard to erase. So we've got our set square, our vertical lines in, now time for our horizontal lines, sorry, so now time for our vertical lines. So we're going to put one there, and then one approximately there. Okay, so these information boxes, they tell us what's happening in the drawing. So what we're going to put as columns here, or column titles here, is name, which will be your name, date, drawing, name, and scale. Okay, so this is the basic information we need at a at a high school level for the information that we're putting into our drawing. So I'm going to put my name in there, and as you can see, I'm printing. I'm not doing cursive writing, and that's because we want the writing to be as legible as possible. It is a instructional kind of technical drawing after all. So the date, drawing name, and we're going to call it cube isometric. And scale, we're going to do 1 to 1. So what that means is that the drawing of the cube that we're going to be doing is the same size as the actual cube. So we don't have an actual cube that we're doing, but we're basing it on a cube that has all sides 8 centimeters long. Alright, so with our T-square again, we're going to come along and put a just a very, very, very light line. And that's going to be our baseline, which all of our other lines sort of come off. So really gentle, because we want to be able to rub that out later. Okay, so your set square. Now this is a very, very important piece in technical drawing. So it has one side, which is obviously a 90 degree. This kind of less steep slope on this side, which is 60 degrees, or 30 degrees, sorry. And this side here, which is 60 degrees. So we're going to be using the 30 degree angle, sorry. So making sure our T-square is flush, we're going to put some gentle lines, and these are our guiding lines. So, you know, they don't have to be very dark, because we're going to go over it later and put in the detail here. So that's our basic starting point for our drawing. So that's 30 degrees and that's 30 degrees. So you don't write that on your drawing, obviously. That is just kind of to show you the angles that are involved here. And the other line we're going to put in is a vertical line. So you can start to see, as we're putting the guiding lines here, you can start to see, you know, the 3D kind of object emerge there. So we've got our guiding lines there. What we're going to do now is put in the darker lines. So these are the lines of our object. So that's 8 centimeters on that side. Eight centimeters on this side. And our vertical line is also going to be 8 centimeters. So there you can see we have our one side of our cube, or the start of our cube. So now what we're going to do is, with our T-square on the edge again, we're going to put some more guiding lines here. So as you can see, I'm always using the same side, so the angles are always going to be consistent throughout the cube. Okay. So again, we're just going to come along here and put in the permanent, or the darker sides of the cube, so the actual sides of the object. Okay, so what we can actually do now is get rid of those guiding lines just up until the edge of our actual object. I might just get rid of that writing because it's throwing me off a little bit and we don't need it on there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is start to join the dots. All right, so now we're going to put the top of the cube on. So using our T-square to make sure we're working on a straight surface. Just going to put the last guiding line in. And this one you don't need to do a guiding line because we know we can use the other lines to figure out where the final line will be. And as you can see, everything's lining up really well. So there's our cube. All right, so what we're going to do now is we can see the surfaces of the cube that are visible from this angle, which is a kind of upward diagonal kind of angle. We're going to put the implied lines in. So the lines that are there, but we can't see them because it's a solid object. So again, using our Tsquare. We're going to do a dotted line. And that just shows that, you know, on the other side of this object, this is where the line is, but it's not a visible line. Our last one is just here. Okay, so there is our isometric cube, and what we're going to do is just get rid of those final guiding lines. And just underneath, we're just going to write cube isometric. Okay, and there we have it. Our cube drawn from an isometric perspective using Tsquare, set square, ruler and a pencil.